Hello, everybody. Can
Hi.
I start?
Hello, yes, you can.
Okay. So I start my study of the species at the beginning of 90s, and from my colleagues, I know that the Montagu Harriers start to breed in different winter crops in Belarus the late of 80s, and after around 10 years, most of them choose such biotopes for breeding, except some years with late and cold springs. So I represent, as I guess, the part of Europe, not belong to EU, so it's quite responsible for me to explain what is the difference still, because in Belarus, I will say we still have a solid kind of agriculture. It means that the main goal of a government is not to make profit from it, but to give for the people in villages basic level of life, some kind of occupation, and simply to control people as much as possible. And all land still belong to state, and almost all arable land is divided between large collective farm, but from Soviet time have name kolkhoz. Now the name is changed, but the practice is quite the same. So they usually not specialized and produce or try to produce everything, and fields are rather big, usually from 50 to 250, even 350 hectares. And because the country is flat and lowland, so in many senses, such system is suitable for harriers, for nesting and for hunting as well. Belarus is a quite big country, and approximately 40% of territory is arable land, and also 7.5% is still different open marshes. So in some sense, almost half of the territory is suitable for harriers. And it's important to say that at the same study plot, around 200 square kilometers of suitable habitats in Western Belarus, nesting density varied 3 times, from minimum 6 pairs to maximum 18 pairs per 100 square kilometers in different years of my study. So Montagu harrier in Belarus is a common species of raptors, and we estimate that from 3 up to 5,000 pairs are nesting here. The number is fluctuating, as I said before, and probably population is decreasing. So we studied different aspects of yeah.
Dima, you are still in the first slide.
Okay, but how to change? I change it, but on my computer. Wait a minute. Володик. Нечто не так тут.
Yes, you see the same.
Suppose you have share a screen.
But I shared or not?
You sure?
And now is it good? Is it better?
Yes.
Yeah.
Another one.
So we can stay like this.
That is
Not
the second.
okay.
That is the second slide which we see.
Second. What is the second? but did you see the map now or not?
The map.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's actual. Sorry. So we study different aspects of biology and ecology in more than 10 years, since 1993, mainly in western part of Belarus, but also during one season in eastern part of Belarus near the border with Russia, at all study plots from 100 to 200 square kilometers. And some results about habitat selection for nesting. So in Western Belarus, during more than 10 years, the main habitat for nesting was arable land, different winter grain, crops, winter rape, perennial grasses, and alfalfa. So it's almost 90%. Then natural biotopes, mainly sedge mires and reed beds, almost 7%, and less often Harriers used as a nesting biotopes. Different kind of ruderal vegetation in almost 6% of cases. It's important to say that in some years 100% all Harriers nested in on arable land, mainly in different winter crops. But in some years, as 1996, less than half of them breed in such biotopes and use different natural and ruderal vegetation. And during the years, as I told, we know about first nesting cases in different crops since the late of 80s. So here you can see that slowly the average rate of nests on arable land increase, and till on the beginning of our century, 9 from 10 nests were situated on arable land, and probably the situation not changed a lot. During one season, as I told, we explore eastern Belarus, and we found quite different situation there, because only 37.5% of Harriers used arable land, different crops there for nesting, and more than half used ruderal vegetation, and the same percentage of about 6% used biotopes with natural vegetation. So here I want to propose some idea. Maybe you will like it, because before we heard with Harriers, and we know, of course, that Harriers nesting on arable land have different problems from farming activity, as well as from some kind of predation, and Harriers that nest on natural vegetation also have a lot of problems, mainly from predation, but also some fooding. But Harriers who choose ruderal vegetation never have any problems from the farming activity, of course, and never have problems from food or water level, but of course have some, or could have some problems from predation. and maybe it will be possible to check is it ruderal vegetation in some way ideal for the species for the moment, because it looks that especially during springtime it could be very attractive, because it starts to grow very early in the spring. So if we will left, for example, such fields or part of fields in good places where harriers nested before, we know it. So it maybe we attract some pairs or even some semi-colonies there, and we will not have problems with rescuing species from farming or other problems that we have in different type of habitats. And so also some important on my point of view is it's the rate of nests and semi-colonies or clumped nests. And here you can see that there are not big difference between western part of the country where we have more years and more nests found, and eastern. So almost every 8 or 9 nests were clumped in different size of semi-colonies. So of course the rate of the clumping is different between different seasons, and the lowest rate was 50%, and also it was a season with lowest nesting density at all. And the highest rate of clumping was almost 95% in the year or in the season with the highest density of the species. And the number of nests during that season that clumped was the highest also, and we found colonies with 12 and 15 pairs. So from my point of view, it's also important issue for the conservation and rescuing of the species, especially from the farming activities, because it means that there is a quite high probability that we found one nest on the field in the beginning of the season or later. It should be more nests, and sometimes very close nearby or aside at the same field. So we should spend more time and more effort trying to find all nests nearby. It's the same. And some slides about productivity and different periods of 5 years, the beginning of 90s and at the late of 90s, beginning of our century. So you can see here that different reasons of embryonic mortality can have different rate. It's not the same during the different years. And here, if we compare such reasons, so there are different between farming activities and predations, but not different from point of view of adult eggs, and not different from disturbance by humans. And if you see only the main reasons or causes of embryonic mortality, so farming activities, It's almost every 6 eggs is has a reason that farming activities will kill it. But adult eggs, as I told, are still the same during the years, and is average 6% from all the eggs. So fate of nestling is also quite different, and reasons of mortality also different between different years. And the main of them is, of course, farming activity, predation, and starvation. If you compare different reasons of mortality of nestlings, so they are different between different years from farming activities, and from predation, as well as from starvation. So there are we didn't found the constant reasons of mortality of nests that will not are different between different years. The main cases, as you can see here, there are predation. Almost every fourth of nestlings is predated by stray dogs or foxes, or even sometimes stray cats. Farming activities every fifth almost, and starvation every 10th of every 10th nestlings. If we compare success of nesting, what we mean as a rate of successful nest to active nest, you can see that it's quite similar to Western and Eastern Belarus. Of course, it's not compatible because we studied only 1 year in the eastern part of the country, but it's close to, or not close, but between 50 and 60% of nests are successful, and the highest nesting success was even 85% at one season. It's also important to say that if we try to rescue all threatened from farming activities nests, it can increase breeding success from 1.4 even up to 3 times. Of course, it's depending on the season and the choice of nesting habitats by birds. But on average, for 5 years, it was increased by almost 2 times. So thank you for attention, and for all friends and colleagues who helped during all the years of the study of the species.